This will be like part of the clickbait. Alright. Another clickbait. Make sure there's smooth in my mouth.
No, nobody's gonna see. We're so far away.
Right, okay.
Okay. How do I do that?
It's Noah, and I'm here to eat your pussy. Alright, okay.
Okay.
It's story time!
So this is my bear. He's good for telling stories. Anyways,
What about me?
today, as you can see by the title, this is Nora. I'm only with one person. This is what's the name? What do we mean the bear? This is CJ, the bear. So
wait, isn't bear like a hairy gay man?
It is. Anyways, as you can see by the title, we have a little story time for you.
And it's 100% real. Everything in the title.
Yes. The title is 100% accurate. No clickbait. Obviously, why would I even do that? Anyways.
If you can't give the fans what you want.
Exactly. This story is fresh off the press, so this is hot breaking news. This happened literally minutes ago. I'm still shaking.
Sound like a YouTuber.
I'm
literally, you sound like Ken Moja, but like a gay male.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said
You're
to me.
welcome.
Okay, anyways. So, the story starts about 2 hours ago.
Yeah, on Tinder.
So, this wonderful woman and our other friend were just, on Tinder. And
having a good time.
Yeah, having a great time. It's Tinder. What's not to love? So, they're just, scrolling through, doing their thing. And they come across this one guy whose name...
CJ?
Yes, CJ.
Just like
you know
what?
I can say his name.
Oh.
Anyways. What if CJ sees this? I hope he does. Yeah. Anyway.
CJ, if you're watching, I just want to say hi. It was us all along. I just wanted to fuck with you. And...
Okay. So, we just scroll through Tinder and we see this guy named CJ. He's like...
We matched with him. He was
it was our other friend's account. And so we matched with him and... Yeah, wait. We have the screenshots of the entire conversation.
It escalated.
So it starts with, so he says, hey, with 2 eyes. And we were like, hey, what's up? So she was like, I'm eating pancakes with my lesbian lover, RN, sorry. And he was like, well, do you ever fuck dudes? And she's like, only if it's a gangbang. It's like, clearly, like, I don't know, like
who this boy is, but like, that was kind of a joke.
It was literally, I don't know how more obvious it could have been that, like, we were not serious at all. But then he hits me with the, can I eat your asshole? And so I'm like, okay. We sound like a joke. And so, conversation is just carrying on.
It's just... Oh, and then at one point we said that he was gay. It was
yeah, he had this really weird picture.
It was so fucking weird. It was like him and his friends.
It was him and like 5 other guys, and they were all naked.
And they had pumpkins over their dicks. It was.
And I was like, this is the gayest shit I've seen in my entire life.
And he said, come on, that pic is awesome. It has an amazing story behind it that you get to hear if you let me shove my tongue up your ass. And then we respond with, will you vape into my anal cavities? Look at will you vape into my anal cavities? Look at
will you vape into my anal cavities? Look
at this point we're like, this guy's probably joking, like that's
I don't know how much more obvious we could have made it, but like we were not serious at all. But his
response was just, you vape,
he just kept going, and so I'm like he has to be joking,
Okay,
like,
but then
at
one point he said, all right, jokes aside, are we gonna do this or what? And we said, do you seriously want to eat my ass? He said, of course. I'll tongue fuck your ass. And we hit him with life hacks. Never say those words again. Can we make like a life hacks video?
Life hacks and don't say that. That's exactly what not to do.
Don't say tongue fucking someone's ass. Like, don't say that.
Yeah. So...
This was weird.
It was just weird. He kept, like, talking about eating ass. And I was like, this, like, is definitely just some, like, fucking straight guy just, like...
and then we brought up Jesus.
Yeah, we started talking about Jesus. I'm like, I'm a Catholic woman. Like, I don't know why you keep talking about Jesus. Eating ass. Like,
he says, this is again. He said, Jesus never made you squirt twice in 20 minutes. And she said, you've never seen me in my church. So, like, at this point, like, that's a joke, right? Like
I don't know if he couldn't catch on. Clearly isn't very good with cues.
Clearly not. LOL, so you've never had your ass eaten before, not even by your gay lover.
So, like, this boy is just, like, a mess.
We're like,
and so we're like, you know what, like, we were like being kind of saucy at first, but I was like, you know what? Let's make this interesting. So.
Cut. My dad. I just want to look as good as possible.
You know what? I agree.
Okay, so,
You're
ready?
throwing stuff.
What?
Okay, ladies.
Just
You're throwing stuff.
okay,
Okay.
ladies, now let's get information.
Wait, do you want to get where did we leave off?
Why did you put your
But-
dick in? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I've taken it.
What are these things called? Does anyone know what these things are? Like, what are they called? So
Oh,
there was all this stuff about eating
so-
ass.
So this is when we gave him our address.
Yeah. Address, because he's like,
So
you want
we
me
were
to
like,
come?
you know what? Like this guy is kind of serious. Like, where do we go with this? So we were like, you know what? Let's make this interesting. Let's send him an address. Oh, so we wanted to send him somewhere funny. Yeah, that's where we went.
Yeah.
So we were like, maybe a church.
Like the synagogue.
Like we were like just brainstorming,
Mhm.
and then you, I think, was like, let's send him the address to a taxidermy shop.
So we looked it up, and at first there was one in, like, Wisconsin. We're like, nah. And then I was like, how about, like, Lincoln Park? Because you can see that
Which
we're,
is like in Chicago, like kind of close to us, but like not that close. Like
20 minutes.
yeah, it was like 20 minutes away from our house. So we sent him the link to the address to taxidermy place, and he's like,
He clicks on it, obviously.
Yeah,
And he's
he
like,
goes-
this is a taxidermy place.
we were like, oh, like we live upstairs in the taxidermy place. And he was like, oh, really?
Wait, I gotta find this part. 'Cause this is cool. Oh, how do I know you're not fucking with me? So you, and then he said, how do you know you're not fucking with me? And we said, do you want ass or not? And he said, so you live in a taxidermist shop. And we said, right above it. And he said, you want me to come now? And we said, yeah. He said, no one is home. Just me. You're gonna let me eat that ass, of course. And then he said, what's your number? And we're like, oh,
And we like we're not about to give out our number. We were like, this is.
He said, I still think you're
Spooky.
fucking with me. And we were like, why don't you believe us? And he's like, I literally know the owner of the taxidermy shop. And we're like, what the fuck? And
So
he
like
says,
I'm just like he's like
he's
like,
kidding.
obviously
this is a
he's
random
kidding.
guy
Like,
on Tinder. Like, we
he
picked a
does
random
not
taxidermy
know
shop.
the guy that owns it, like that was
Random
literally-
ass taxidermy shop. And like, it's not like,
like
they're like
it's like a family owned, like obviously he doesn't, like why would he know the
And he
taxidermy
says,
shop?
what's so funny? And we're like, we don't believe that you know this guy. And he said, is this Pete? And we're like, who the fuck is Pete? And he says, the owner of the taxidermy shop, I smoke weed in that place all the time. And we're like, you gotta be fucking with me. Like, this
Like
is fake.
he's literally saying like he knows the son.
And we're like,
we're
no,
just
you
like-
don't.
Like that's literally so funny. So we're just like going back and forth, like come over, and he's like okay, and so he's like I'll be there in like 15 minutes, and so we're like oh shit,
Shit. Like, we gotta, like
what do we do? Because
Yeah.
like we're not at the we're not even that close to it. Like even if we went to the taxidermy shop, he still would have gotten there before us.
And then we made some jokes about, like, him bringing, like, taxidermy animals to, like, watch and, like, buying one.
Yeah, we tried to finesse him into buying a taxidermy raccoon, but
And a taxidermy fox. Oh, new matches on Tinder. This should be over.
there's a new match that was good. I think we were just like playful banter about like buying a taxidermy animal, and so we're like shit, like he's gonna get there. What do we do? And so I'm like, well,
Like,
I'll
literally
call the taxidermy place, and I'll find out if this whole Pete thing is real, and then if Pete is made up, like I'll know he's not really there, and like that would bring me like peace of mind. I'd be like, oh, like that's fine, like he's
Like, it's
just
just kinda
fucking, because like
funny.
I didn't really think he was serious
At this
all.
point,
I
we're
was
like, this isn't, this
like
is,
this
like,
is
a joke.
like why would he be going along with us? Like we were being so like fucking weird.
Yeah. And some of the stuff he was like, oh, that's really funny, but we're like, no, we're not kidding. Like, bring a fucking stuffed raccoon, dead stuffed raccoon. Like,
Yeah.
we
So
wanna fuck with it.
we have some footage which behind the scenes, I'm editing this video and this is literally possessed. Like okay, just watch. Footage which I'll insert.
And then it's just black.
And then
for
it's
another,
literally
like,
black screen for 7 minutes. And I don't know what happened. But
it's possessed.
yeah, I'll
like,
just show
what the
you.
fuck do you mean?
Wait, I'll show you again.
That would bring me like piece of
Oh shit. Did you hear that?
That was not normal.
What is that? What the fuck? Hi, is Pete there? Oh, sorry, this is friend Jeff. Alright, just let him know that I called. Oh, alright. Well, let him know Jeff called. Alright. He kind of reminded me of, like, the guy from Pawn Stars. You know the show?
Yeah. Wait, was it Rick?
Rick. So I was, like, getting Rick from Pawn Stars. I'm gonna put these down. These are probably really annoying. So he's giving me, like, Rick from Pawn Stars vibes, and I'm like...
and he's like,
are you from Alabama?
Pete? He's like, oh, is
I'm
Pete
like,
here?
is Pete there?
He goes, no, he's with his uncle on the south side. And we're like, fuck, like, Pete's a real...
I was like, what the... Pete is a real person.
Like, Pete's a real fucking
Like, he was
dude.
he's literally... Like, I called and they knew who Pete was, and I was like...
You're fucking with me.
So, at this point, I'm like, well, shit, this guy's actually, like, for fucking real. He's showing up to this taxidermy place, like, expecting to eat my ass. But I'm not even who he thinks...
Tess' ass.
He's not even been talking to Tess this whole time. And so he's, like, showing up to this taxidermy place, and he's like, I'm almost there, like, where are you? And I was like, shit, like,
we're stuck in traffic, there's an
I was like,
accident.
I'm at Trader Joe's, like, there's an accident, like,
Because we wanted to, like, buy some time, or, like, we gotta, like, settle down.
It's like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, you're fucking with me. And I'm like, no, like, I promise, like, I'm coming home. He's like, oh,
and he's like,
this
what's
is so annoying.
And then he's like, oh, you don't actually live at the taxidermy shop? And we're like, no, it's, like, a block down. We don't really... I was like, oh, I don't want to, like, give guys my real address. Like, that's fucking weird. It's just...
God. So then he was like, oh, you've been fucking me this whole time. I'm like, shit.
Sorry,
I'm like, I just got my period. And he was like, oh, so you've been, this is a fucking joke to you? And I was like, no, like, I'm serious, like, I literally just got my period and I also have to shit.
And he said, you can shit on me, like, you can shit on me, like, you can shit on me, like, dead ass, like, you can fucking shit on me. And we're like... Alright, and then we just say, bye, good luck.
I was like, have a nice life. And I fucking unmatched.
But we had to wait until we had to keep the conversation going before we unmatched with him so we could screenshot everything because it was too funny.
It was too good.
So yeah, then we unmatched with him.
So I unmatched and I just sat there and I was like, this bitch just drove to a taxidermy shop thinking he was gonna eat Tess's ass.
And hang out with this boy Pete.
And now he wants me to shit on him, and I just, like, don't know what to think, and, like, apparently Pete is real, and, like, I fucking called them, and, like, now they might have my number. And so we come down here to film this video, and as we're sitting here, like, setting up, I get a fucking call.
From, like, 773, that's, like, the Chicago
a number, like,
code.
similar to theirs, but, like, it wasn't the number. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's just someone random.
So he picks up the phone.
I pick up the phone, and it's like, this is Pete's taxidermy shop.
Pete! Like, it was Pete!
Pete was calling because I called them and I think you have the wrong number. You're all good. No!
He must actually know someone named Jeff. I knew it was the taxidermy shop.
I was like, oh, like, tell them to,
Jeff
like,
called. He said
tell
Jeff.
them Jeff called.
So, like,
I'm not fucking Jeff. I don't know who Jeff is. Maybe Pete doesn't know who Jeff is. But so, they called me and they were like, hello, we're returning your call. And I was like...
Did we say Pete's taxidermy shop? Or
Yeah,
did you say
he said Pete. He was like, this is Pete's taxidermy shop. Even though that's not the name of the taxidermy shop. But, CJ, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
It was us, not Taz.
I really thought you were, like, going along with this.
We'll eat your
but
ass.
Apparently you were really fucking serious and
too.
showed up to a
Pete-
taxidermy shop.
Pete,
But
if you're
I
watching
hope
this,
you found Pete. I hope you smoked some weed.
his shop. I hope someone
Um,
eats your ass eventually.
I just really hope that Pete doesn't try to track me down because he has my number now and was
I hope
calling
he
for me,
does.
and I was like,
I was
this is the wrong number.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're calling me. Even though, like, they know I called. They got my number, apparently. But I just played stupid. So, I'm hoping that Pete doesn't come for me.
He will.
We'll see how that ends up. But,
And we
so-
love God.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this is what I got for trying to be a funny, good Christian boy.
Yep, and we just
But you know what?
it was a good laugh. Other than the fact
Yeah.
that someone might be stalking him now,
But you know what? We're fine.
for now, we might go find Pete
if
tomorrow.
any
or
updates
today.
come, I'll post. Maybe we'll go to the taxidermy shop.
I think we should go to the
someday.
taxidermy shop.
Maybe we'll go. We'll maybe make a part 2 of us going into the taxidermy shop.
We should
but
say like ask
for now, we're gonna have to end the story here because.
Izzy wouldn't let us go to the taxidermy shop.
And I'm traumatized.
Our manager. And we're shook. Yeah.
So
Anyways,
I hope
what's the name
CJ's
of it?
doing
Can we
well.
have some business?
Maybe taxidermy
local
isn't like your
business.
thing, but you know what? Like I feel like I wronged them and I like owe them. So that's gonna be the end of the story.
We need an intro.
So he wanted me to shit on him.
He went Tess.
He thought
Tess.
well I thought I was a girl.
He thought you were Tess.
He thought I was Taz. But
Tess
it turns
Brown.
out
She's a
I
little
wasn't.
gender, go to
I
her
was
house.
really just some boy over here. But you know what?
We had a good time.
Yeah,
I
I
find
just
Pete in the next,
yeah.
my next life.
you know what? CJ and Pete, they're probably doing fine. I feel bad because I didn't mean to send CJ on a wild goose chase, but also he wanted me to shit on him, so I don't feel any sympathy.
Yeah, like that's really, really weird.
So you know what? That's gonna be it.
The moral of the story is.
Moral of the story: don't send people addresses because they might think you're serious.
Yeah, it's weird.
Even if it's a taxidermy shop, because you know what? People are stupid.
They might know the taxidermy shop owners.
I still don't know how that managed to happen.
That's so weird.
Like literally, what if it, like it wasn't even close to where he lives? Like he was 15 minutes away, and he literally
We could have been in like. This is like north. Like
Like
okay,
what
like
are the
Lincoln
chances?
Park,
What are the there are 3 million people in the city of Chicago, and he manages to know this.
taxidermy owner? Like,
Like,
that's weird.
what?
That's really, really weird.
What? Anyways,
what do
that's
you
gonna be the
mean?
end of this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
Do like a name, like a sign off.
I don't have anything.
Whatever, we'll do it later.
You know what?
All
This
right.
is. See it. Catch you in the next one. Subscribe, like, all that shit.
Fave.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
This wasn't clickbait, by the way.
This was no
No,
clickbait
no
at
clickbait.
all. Anyways, see ya.